Hi guys, and welcome to a ride along on my 1980 Yamaha RD350LC. It's a little bit damp today, so just have to be a bit careful around the corners. A few leaves around as well, which not helping matters. Twigs here and there. Don't know if you can hear the engine on this thing, but once it gets wound up, it goes pretty well. Yeah, it's pretty damp all over, especially through these trees. I love riding this bike, it's great fun. You don't have to go too quick to have a good time on this thing. Very steep this hill, probably doesn't show how steep it is on the footage, but yeah, it takes a bit of keeping wound up, but I think it's got rid of the gears on these two strokes. Standard this bike, apart from being completely bored to its last lane. I think it's 66 mil. A little bit of light coating, but that's it. It's got a nice set of expansion chambers, which are K210. Oh, here we go. I'm going to catch these cars up and really spoil the fun. That is great. Thank you very much. I don't think there's really a time I've been up this hill where I haven't got stuck with traffic. Lovely. Not to worry. Nowhere to overtake up here. Not safely anyway. I've had this bike for probably about 3 years now. It was a bit rough when I bought it. I actually paid a fair bit of money for it. You can't get these things cheap anymore. I think I paid about $5,800 for it, and it needed restoring. It was on the road, but it was pretty rough. So I ordered all the parts I needed, completely stripped it down. I took 2 weeks off work, a 2 weeks holiday, and restored it in basically 2 weeks. Stripped all the frame, did all the frame on it, all the paintwork. I just at that stage I only honed out the boards and put new rings in it. I've since put different barrels on it. Where everything on this bike's basically been painted, replaced. So it's a pretty nice looking bike. There's a few little specialised bits that have been made made for this bike, but like I said, engine wise it's pretty stock. It's got a set of DNA air filters on it, give it a nice induction noise. It's got EBC. Is that correct? Sintered brake pads, front brake pads. That made a fair bit of difference. The brakes are absolutely shocking on it, especially when you've been used to riding modern bikes to jump on something like this. It's actually surprising how well this bike handles. I come up this road all the time on new bikes, and this thing will certainly in the twisties, it'll keep up with a lot of the modern bikes. It's not really suffering in the handling department. They really built this bike well in 1980. In fact, the RD or RZ500, as it's called in Australia, doesn't handle as well as this, and that thing's 5 years newer. So I just have one. There's no way you can get around the corners as quick as you can on this thing. But yeah, probably out of all the bikes I've ridden, I really enjoy riding this bike. I don't even know how many Ks I've done on it since I've rebuilt it, but I've been through a back tyre, so I must have done a fair few. It is really good fun to ride, and it's really comfy. It's a small bike, it's light, but comfort wise you can ride all day on this thing. It's quite soft in the suspension. But I don't mind a bit of softness in the suspension department. In fact, I've just replaced the oil seals on the front of this thing, in the shocks, so in the forks. I must have got, I can't even remember where I bought the oil seals from when I did the bike 3 years ago, but obviously they were shit because they were leaking like a sieve. So I've splashed out a bit of money and got some decent ones this time. I replaced them on the weekend, so that was good fun. Took us forever to get the old ones out. They were a nightmare to get out. Well, mine were anyway. I thought they'd come out easier. We've only been in like 3 years, but it wasn't the case. Never mind. And here we are at the cafe, and it is coffee time.